The following podcast is a member of the Pokecasters Network. Pokecasters Network, supporting Pokemon content creators, their shows, and the community of Pokemon fans. To find out more, check out PokecastersNetwork.com or find us on Twitter and Facebook.
Before this episode of the Reckless Roller starts, I'd like to take a minute to shed a light on Black Lives Matter and the protests going on worldwide right now. I'd like to ask everyone to please go to blacklivesmatter.card.co. That's card with 2 R's. Over there are a lot of resources, tips for protesters, places that you can text or call to give your thoughts to government officials on this, places to donate, petitions to sign, and I ask that anyone who is capable of donating or doing any of that does that. This is a very, very important fight that needs as much support as it possibly can. I don't want to take any more of your time before the episode starts, so I hope you all enjoy the episode, and thank you for listening.
Hey guys, welcome to the Reckless Rollers. We're doing something a little different today. We're going to be playing a game of Monster Punk. I'll be the narrator / all of the NPCs in this game, Scott. And then whoever else wants to introduce themselves can.
Hello, I am Mars Rover, and I play as Daisy.
I'm Shine, and I play as Joanna.
I'm Ginny, and I will play as Evise.
And I am Andrew, and I will be playing as Leon.
So, I had a thing pinned for the setting stuff. I'm pretty much just going to read that verbatim.
Oh boy.
So we're going to just go on ahead and kick this off. So, just outside of the Order of Elysium's home base, known as Heaven's Reach, there is a small, unnamed city. The citizens mostly live a life of peace and prosperity, safe from harm from any other factions, provided they follow the Word, which is a set of rules and laws created and enforced by the Order for any human settlements seeking protection without completely joining their forces. Along with following the Word, these settlements must also provide a monthly offering. The Word is passed from the Order to the Prophet, a human that the Order randomly has selected as the leader. The Prophet receives any additions to the Word, or any notice of when the Order's collectors, Bartleby and Loki, are coming to collect their offering, and what the monthly offering will be. But otherwise, he doesn't really have any power. There's no internet in this city, or really even in this world. Most resources are rationed out, but otherwise, the city remains free. Or at least as free as an independent settlement can be without being constantly raided by bandits, demons, rampaging robots, fake creatures, stuff like that. And we're going to open this up with the Prophet talking with Bartleby and Loki regarding what the next offering will be. We're going to open up with a man wearing what appears to be a tattered suit, speaking with 2 winged beings, their faces blocked by light. The man in the suit, he's called the Prophet, but his real name is just Mark. And he just looks at these two beings and says, "This offering is too much. I'm gonna have to refuse." The beings say, "We know that you've been harboring heretics and other beings within this hovel of a city. You know what the price is. Somebody from your bloodline." Mark says, No. It's too steep a price. I'm not going to sacrifice my daughter." And he looks out the window of this dilapidated church-looking building. And Daisy, how about you describe your human form?
Oh boy. Let's see. I'd say Daisy has short curly hair, kind of dark brown color, pink dress, and a little pink flower in her hair.
So he's looking out the window, watching you play with what looks like a small bird. Pretty much just chasing it around, laughing. And he turns back to the winged beings and says, I'm not paying that price. I'm not." The beings wordlessly leave, and it feels like they're gone for a while. They're really only gone for 5 minutes. And they bring reinforcements. All of these winged beings are just spattered throughout the city. And they're all holding these warlike staffs. Look like they have clubs at the tip of them. They raise these staves, let out a chant in unison, and multiple beams of light come raining down on the city. It keeps peppering the city over and over again. And then the screen just flashes white. And it remains white. And this is where all of you have died. Now, Aviste, describe your character.
What we see, this is pact, right?
Yes, this is before you guys are making your pact.
Okay, cool. So what you see is an androgynous person. They're tall, skin is light brown, long hair down to their knees, black, slightly flowy, and very dark brown eyes and a kind round face. They're wearing simple clothes, farmer's clothes mainly.
So, this figure is laying in the middle of what would be a field, but everything is white. Every single thing. Except for one other being. And I'm going to need for you to describe Yavanti.
So Yavanti is and I really hope I am pronouncing this right, Coatl, which is a snake-like dragon, and her body is shimmery white scales that seem to almost give off rainbows in the white light. And she has feathered wings in rainbow patterns, and feathers at her tail, and feathers at the sides of her head. And she has very sharp blue eyes that are very, very intense as they stare.
Yes, Yavanti is in fact staring at you, and you can hear, "What just happened? I can't be dead. Can't be. I have too much I need to do."
Where am I?
Not sure. I don't know where either of us are.
This
But
is...
where we are is not where we need to be.
Who
Here.
are you?
I am Yavanti. And you?
I'm Evista. I cock my head a little and I just sort of stare at her and blink in what is probably very, very bright light. I try to adjust my eyes to it.
And she moves closer to you. And closer until she is towering over you. She sniffs at the top of your head. Says, I can sense that you're possessing a lot of orgone. I know a way we can get back, but it's gonna require both of us working together. We need to form a pact.
You want a pact with me?
I'm not saying I want to, but we need to currently to get out of this white.
I grab for my hair and sort of bury my fingers in it, trying to make sense of all of this. And then finally, I look back at this amazing light creature and cock my head at her and just... Well, if it gets us out of here, I suppose. Do you know if anyone else here? Is anyone else hurt?
And we're gonna cut to shoot, Shine, what was your character's name?
Joanna.
Yeah, we're gonna cut over to Joanna. You're not in a white area. You're in what would feel like a desert. There's a lot of heat. Sand for miles. And there's another... Actually, go on ahead and describe Joanna.
Alright, so as a human, she doesn't really have a lot of her angelic features yet. She kind of wears clothing that one would wear to kind of go out, but like a tank top, some shorts, and some like 3/4 leggings, and she wears a little shawl. At this time, it's currently pretty black. It's a very old piece of clothing. She has blonde hair, and right now she has blue eyes.
So you look up, and you can see... Well, go on ahead and describe your monster friend.
Alright, so Orthiel is basically this long, tall, lean, humanoid figure. He wears very dapper clothing he wears a tuxedo. Except he's an angel. He has 2 sets of wings, one bigger than the other, and his head, his head is the head of an orphanum angel, which is basically a ball of fire with an eye with rings going around it.
You see Orphiel, this frightening-looking winged being, this angel, just staring at you, not necessarily actually flying, possibly perched on a rock, and he's saying, "Well, that was interesting. Didn't think Bartleby and Loki had it in them. Let's say we get some revenge.
How might we do that? Didn't we? Where?
Oh, no worries. I know a way back. I just need you to join me.
Wait.
And we can take these bastards out.
Okay.
And he grabs your hand, and the screen flashes to white. And Anirudh, describe your character, because I forgot everyone's character's names except for Daisy, because Mars has it as his username.
Sure. So, Leon, is basically dressed up almost, think of like military kids, very professional, like button-up tie, shirt tucked in, hair combed nicely. He's somewhat taller than an average person. I'm saying like 5'10", 5'11"-ish. Jet black hair, eyes are almost black. That's how brown they are. And he just looks very annoyed with everything right now.
And the monster that you made is a construct, correct?
Yes.
So I would say that Leon possibly has built this.
Yeah, I think either he built it or he was given it, because the construct is basically Leon's opposite. So while Leon is wearing a button-up shirt and everything's tucked in, I feel like the construct would have like a t-shirt. It's out, very casual, hair messy, all that sort of stuff.
Alright, so I'd say that in that case, you open your eyes and you're in the basement. Your basement workshop of... What building would Leon be working in?
I think he would be in an office building. I'm not sure what the office building would be doing exactly, but he'd probably be in your stereotypical cubicle-like job, except apparently in the basement.
Alright, so yeah, it'd probably be what used to be an office building, and the basement is more... It's more, like a little maintenance closet type thing, like where the custodians would fix up boiler rooms and all that.
Right, yeah.
So you open your eyes and you're in your workshop, this boiler room, and describe your construct.
So, because of a tragedy that happened when I was young, I became real serious and moody and stuff like that, and my construct is basically all of those happy emotions that I left behind. So, construct looks similar to me, but hair messy. It sort of has this weird shine to it because it's a metallic construct, but it's like hair messy, wearing a t-shirt, cargo shorts, I'm thinking, sandals, real casual, like.
Damn, I'm in his hair.
The hair's the important part.
That's based.
And I would think that at the moment it's... Wait, what was your construct's name?
Knoll. So it's
Knoll.
it's like
Oh,
Knoll,
so
except with an N.
So basically, yeah, the opposite of Leon.
Yep, this took a lot of thought and preparation for it.
That's dope. So Knoll. I'm gonna keep accidentally calling it Noel. Knoll has the appearance of a machine that has no power. And I think that you, at this point, know what you need to do to regain its power, to escape this building as it's crumbling, to survive. So
I think, I think at this point, if the building is starting to crumble, military mode sets in, and so Leon, along with Noel, just kind of escape the building, use all those military powers and expertise of diving out of windows and stuff like that.
So you grabbed Noel and jumped out a window, and when you land, everything's on fire.
Oh no, my mom and dad.
Every single thing in the city is on fire.
Well, this is a interesting situation.
Is
And
the water on fire?
yes, the water's even on fire.
Shit.
I feel like at this point, Leon's probably like, "Wow, that's almost impressive in a way, but not good."
The water on fire is like gas being lit on fire.
Pretty much. Now you know you're getting shorted on good water from the order. And Leon, you notice that to your side, Noel is standing next to you. It looks almost exactly like you, but very sloppy now. And it just smiles, snaps its fingers, and just kind of melds with you. And we're gonna flash over to an arm buried underneath a bunch of rubble. A security drone passing by, scanning for survivors. More of a rescue drone. And it scans down on this arm. Moves, hovers down a little bit further, or closer to it. And it lifts a little bit of the rubble. And we do see Daisy, the human. Not dead. Because I'm not going to actually kill a child in a podcast. That's messed up.
She's very resilient, I will say.
Fine, I'll do it.
She's not dead, but she's scared, injured. Looks very, very close to it. Security, this combat drone doesn't really speak, but it kind of like makes a couple beeps, whistles, nudges this small child, and Daisy, you can tell it's trying to say, "I can save you.
Oh.
I can, or at least I can try. I don't know." Like it's making a bunch of like wiggles and movements and beeps and whistles, where as a child you can probably kind of imagine what it's saying.
The power of imagination.
Because children have a lot of imagination.
So
Are
it could
you
be
my
saying
friend?
something completely different.
Are you my friend?
It makes a little whistle, and then a much more solid beam shoots out, and it looks like it's absorbing Daisy. Basically, kind of like a Pokeball capturing a Pokemon.
Phew.
Turning her into data, and now the lights on this combat drone, this recon rescue drone, change. Describe how this drone changes, Mars.
Well, this large drone, like dark blue in color, propellers all over the place, machine guns on its sides, large wingspan, and a large red screen on the front, which, after absorbing the data of this small child, starts to type out on the big screen a little flowery emoticon.
Oh.
And don't worry, Mars. Now this combat drone or recon, you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Friggin' Ginny typed it out. This combat child drone. That sounds horrible to say. I'm never saying that again. This floating robot.
Okay, can I say something?
What?
When you say combat child drone, I think of when Patrick was using Squidward as a fighter jet. Do.
Yeah, I'm keeping this in.
God.
This floating robot can speak now.
What am I doing in the air?
You get no response. Because you are now talking to yourself.
It's so lonely.
Now, what do? Off in the distance, you can somewhat see another figure. It appears to be a man. And I would assume making your way out of the city. Leon, would that be what you would do at this point?
Yeah.
Alright, so Daisy, you do see this clean-cut man just trying to find any road out of here.
Alright, I will follow after them.
Alright. And with that, we're going to cut back to Viste and Yavanti. How do you look different now?
So, I think there was a moment where Evista reached out and just sort of touched Yavanti's snout. And then what happened was that everything started glowing. And Evista's, for anyone sensitive to it, Evista's Oregon, is that how you say it?
Yes.
Oregon field was already very bright and very, very active, but it starts glowing, and when it calms down a little bit, we see that her long black hair has gone white, and her clothing, earlier simple farmer's clothing, is now this white shimmering tunic. And Evista, Yavanti is gone, but there is a little rainbowy shimmer to the tunic that Evista is wearing. And she stands up, and they stand up. Yavanti?
You don't hear any response, but now you see a door.
Yavanti? And I run to the door.
You open the door, and as you walk through the door, you see the street below you. And you start to fall. Now what do?
I scream, and I try to like do anything to stop it, and like if only I could fly, but I can't fly, and I scream.
So you're unable to fly in this form?
I need Yavanti to fly. Yavanti is the one who can fly.
Alright, and how would you summon Yavanti?
So I scream and I go, Yavanti! No, and at that point, like in a sort of rainbowy, feathery light, suddenly there is this snake-like, there's this serpent-like body underneath Evista, and she grabs onto the feathers, and it swooshes up in the air, and suddenly she is riding this magnificent, beautiful dragon, this colossal. And she can hear, and they can hear Yavanti's voice in their head.
No.
Well, we got out. But what?
And I'd say you wind up perching on one of the rooftops that is not burning currently. And just blinking in an appearance beside you. Joanna, how about you describe how you look now that you've merged with Orphael?
So, my eyes have changed color. They are now this very vibrant yellow. Joanna's clothing just kind of looked brand new. Like she just bought it. Her little shawl that hangs over her shoulders. It's now like a translucent shimmering yellow, very eye catching, and there's no tears in it whatsoever. And assuming since she basically just died, 2 halos appear over her head. They're really only 2 appear when she's in some sort of crisis, be it physical or mental.
And so, Eviste, you notice this human, this other human, but with halos, just appear right next to you.
Who are you?
Whoa, what's that? She notices,
That is a dragon, the dragon says.
Well,
And
yeah, I could see
I
that.
appreciate being called that. Thank you very much.
Jesus, I talked.
But of course, where have you been?
She just turns to Eviste. Oh, how do you pronounce your name? I'm sorry.
My name is Eviste, and this
Eviste.
my name is Yavanti. I don't need you to talk for me.
No, that wasn't roleplay. I was asking what your name was.
Oh, my real person name or my character name?
Oh, your character. I'm sorry.
Eviste.
Eviste. I kind of just ignore Yavanti and go right to Eviste and like, what's going on?
I was on the farm and there was light everywhere, and then there was Yavanti, and then we touched and we made a pact.
Okay, I'm not gonna get too many answers out of you, I see. Oh, man, what are we gonna do? The whole place is on fire!
Oh God! Yeah, fire! Can we save anyone?
Looking down, you can see a man running from what appears to be a combat drone.
Well, I think that's our first sign.
Yavanti, can we go? But of course. And Yavanti swoops down over to the guy, and this is Leon, right?
Yes, this is Leon running from Daisy.
So as soon as I get close enough to see them, I go like, Leon!
I think at this point I'm looking around on the ground and just being like, all right, there's a voice coming from my head. That's confusing. And then after a couple of other calls, I feel like I start to look up and like, what? Who? Wait a minute, what?
Just grab my hand, and I want to reach out to him for him to grab my hand.
I think at this point, I jump up, grab her hand, hopefully, and where are we? What? I have so many questions.
I'm trying to lug him up onto Yavanti, and Yavanti at that point swoops back up.
And Daisy, what are you saying during all of this?
I think Daisy was wanted to try and communicate that she was friendly, but I don't think it was within hearing range. And as they try to make an escape, I desperately try to do something and accidentally fire off my guns.
Oh. So you're
No.
So you're
That's a
attempting to fire. Would this be while Leon is getting close to, or getting pulled up onto Yavanti?
Yeah, it's like firing at the floor behind them.
All right,
roll
roll
to
a
engage a threat.
yeah, roll 1d10.
Oh boy,
I fucking called it.
it's a 6.
It's a 6. I'd say. Okay, so that'd be a success with a twist.
Oh, what am I succeeding at?
You
I think the more
successfully
important
shoot.
question is what the twist is.
You successfully shot. I'd say you hit the top of Leon's shoe.
Oh
Not
god,
necessarily him. The twist is they didn't hear you calling out to them. They assume that you are now a threat.
oh no.
And what are you guys gonna do?
I think that
We need to get.
if Vista and Leon have known each other for years and years since they both grew up in the town, and I think they're kind of friends. So if Vista is just sort of pulling Leon on top of Yavanti and urging Yavanti to take off, and basically who got hit, like Leon or Yavanti or Vista, who got hit?
It was Leon, but really just his shoe.
Oh, okay. No damage taken.
Yeah, he got a scuff on his shoe, and maybe a small hole in it.
I think at this, I get really frustrated. I'm just thinking, oh my gosh, these are my good dress shoes. Why is this the case? Oh my gosh.
The city's on fire, and you're upset about your shoes.
God
That's the
damn
important
it.
thing.
My Yeezys!
My world's on fire. How about
Not
yours?
the Yanas! Not the
Alright.
Yanas!
So you fly back up to the rooftop, I guess?
Yeah, I think we're taking off into the sky at least.
Is
Alright.
Daisy following
And
us?
I'm patting him down, like, are you alright? What? Do you know what's happened? Are you okay? Have you seen anyone else? Are you... Like that, basically.
Daisy, do you have the hover ability?
Let me see. Is there's nothing that specifically says hover, but I have flight.
Flight? So, yeah, I was having, like, this mental image of Daisy just, like, hovering alongside the building, chasing after a dragon.
You know,
Just
your
going,
Typical Tuesday
"Wait!"
or whatever.
Just going, wait.
Aww.
I just want to be your friend.
And I'd say, Joanna, you actually hear this more than Eviste or Leon, mostly because flapping wings are making the noise a little bit difficult, or making Daisy's voice a little bit difficult to hear. But Joanna, you actually hear it because they just flew right past you.
Wait! Hold on. Stop. Wait. Do you hear that?
Do we actually hear this?
I don't know. Is there like a perception stat?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, go on ahead and roll for that then.
I do not.
It was a girl.
That means 1d10.
Yeah.
And Daisy's good at perception.
That's a 5, so a success with a twist.
Alright, so you do manage to hear it, but the twist is you wind up flying into part of a neighboring building, stopping to turn around.
Oh no.
And I'd say Yavanti is going to take 1 harm from that.
So as a dragon rider, as a rider, my harm and Yavanti's are my HP and Yavanti's are basically combined.
So yeah,
I
you
lose
take
1.
yeah, you take 1 harm from that.
Mm.
And Leon doesn't. I think that Leon's just like clutched in Yavanti's talon claws, basically.
Yeah, I think I don't think Leon is frightened. I think he's just still processing that today has been slightly off than normal.
Mm-hmm.
And at this point, Daisy, you actually wind up getting to the top of the rooftop next to Joanna.
Alrighty. So I'm just like flying by the rooftop. Got my spotlight pointed at them and everything.
Yeah.
So Daisy's right next to me.
Yes.
What are you? And she kind of knocks on her glass.
I don't know.
Okay. Did you hear that, Shine?
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
dying and not sure where to go from here. Are you like some kind of combat vehicle?
I had arms, but now I don't.
Right. And she's just kind of at a loss. She's like, what is this?
And I'd say at this point, Yavanti, Aviste, and Leon get back onto the roof that you two are on. And now, all 4 of you are together.
Is everyone okay? Is anyone else there? Have you seen people? Are my parents? They're not. What happened? Is anyone hurt?
I'm a bit dazed, but I don't think anything's hurt. And I think at this point, Leon looks to his hands, and his left hand is perfectly fine. His right hand has a watch that he's never seen before, and this is my excuse to explain how the construct shows up. And it's like a watch that's attached to his wrist, basically.
Ooh.
Okay. Does the watch face have Noelle's face on it?
I think where the name of the watch would normally be, whatever brand it is, instead the brand name is Noel.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Okay, this is a new watch. Alright. No, nothing hurt you.
Yavanti! And I, at that point, I realized that Yavanti has been hurt, and I would like to use my skills in medicine to try and make it better, basically.
Right? Do you have to roll for that or anything?
Yeah.
Alright,
well,
then do
I
that.
Yeah, so I have expertise in medicine, so that means I get to roll 3d
3d10 and pick the best?
Yeah.
Okay, so like triple advantage or whatever.
Yeah, so that's 2 10s, which awesome.
Okay, then I believe that's
I mean, it's 2 zeros, but that's 10s.
yeah, so base effect plus 3 bonus effects. What would
No,
bonus
that's a success with bonus, I think. It's from the non-combat or something.
Yeah, so it's a critical success, which would mean you get like 3 bonuses, I think.
No, that's for the combat thing.
Oh.
For the non-combat results, you just 10 is a success with bonus.
Okay. What would the
I don't
bonus be in that case? What would you think it would be? Okay.
Maybe I just learned something about Yavanti and her physique and the way she works and stuff.
Oh, here's an idea. Maybe you learn how to actually summon and dismiss her from
Yeah,
this.
so I learned a bit more about how her origami thing works.
So you heal her, and as soon as she's healed, she just kind of nods and kind of like disappears into you. But now you have the knowledge of how to bring her.
Maybe this is how I find out that I actually have healing powers.
Okay, yeah, that works too.
So I'm scrambling around trying to sort of do medicine on her.
So you're trying to like comfort her, and then a white light comes from your hands and starts to the small like tear in her wing just starts to patch up.
What is this?
Jesus, how'd you do that?
I know. I'm patching the wing, and Yavanti bumps me with her nose and goes like, "Well, I'll bet you couldn't do that before now. Welcome to the world of organ users." You did this? Oh no, you did this. I'm simply making it possible. Thank you. You're welcome. You guys, what is going on?
You seem to have just as much information as we do.
Which is none?
Maybe more
Yeah, pretty
information
much.
than Daisy. Daisy was just playing with a bird, and then suddenly a building fell on her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was working in a field, and then the field sort of went white, so I don't know much either.
I was just in my apartment.
I point to the building I was in. Yeah, I was just downstairs, and building falls down. You know, not a typical Wednesday, I can tell you that, or whatever day today is. I've lost track.
As you were pointing at it, the building just collapsed.
Well, I hope you didn't have anything valuable in there.
I think he just looks down, and he's like, "Nope, I'm good."
Well, I mean, the whole town's burning. We should probably get out of here before we go down with it.
The whole town got... Mom, Dad! But... And I look at Leon with these large brown panicked eyes as realization is setting in of what exactly is happening. Everyone!
I think at this, I start to look around. How tall is the building that we're on? Is it a really tall building or just above average? I don't know.
I'd say it's like the roof of a department store, basically.
Okay, so I try looking around just to see if I see anybody walking the streets or running from the streets, and do I see anything?
You see...
Perception check.
Yeah, I'm gonna have you roll a perception.
Okay. Perception, I think, is a skill, right? And so,
Yeah.
all right. So I have no advantages with that, so it's just a straight D1.
Alright, so what did you get?
Your boy, in his great wisdom, got a 1. So,
Oh dear.
So,
Yikes.
you don't even see, like, the street below you. I'm gonna say that it's, you don't see it because the smoke is rising. And this building is also starting to catch fire. The smoke is rising from that. And it's getting all up in your face and it's making you cough a lot.
I think at this point, Leon just goes, you know what? Can we change buildings? I'm not a fan of department stores.
I feel like Joanna's starting to like finally process what's happening to the village, because before she was very abrasive and just kind of like in a mode where she knew get the fuck out ASAP. Now she's kind of just looking over and she kind of grips her fists, and it's just getting real pissy about it, because like she's just wondering who in hell would burn down a whole town.
I think Evista turns to Yavanti. Do you think you could carry us? Can I carry you? Darling. Alright, you lot. Why don't you get on? We're about to fly. And she lowers her neck a little bit so that you guys can get on.
Meanwhile, Daisy, after hearing about the whole town burning, realizing that this was actually her home, is looking over where she was and is just like sobbing.
I think Yavanti's face falls a bit at this, and she holds open her arms. Like you would when inviting a hug.
I'm gonna have Daisy see this, and she's going to fly into you.
There's a hug.
She tries to hug, but she just like flies headfirst into you.
I was trying to say that Joanna heard a voice in her head saying that Orphael knew who caused this, so Joanna would know who caused this. And it's the bastards at the Order of Elysium, the ones in Heaven's Reach.
You're serious?
Why, of course. Why wouldn't they? They're a bunch of selfish bastards. They did this out of spite.
Everyone, I know who caused this. What were they called again?
The Order of Elysium.
So, apparently the people who started this fire were from the Order.
That doesn't matter right now. We need to see if there's anyone who needs saving. I mean, if we're alive, then so must other people be, right? I need to check on my parents and all the other people here. Can we go, Yavanti?
You really think people outside of having a pack would survive this?
We survived this?
Yeah, but because we were the only ones who made packs here.
How do you know? How do you know that?
Imagine having a peg.
I think at mentioning the order, Leon's fists just clench and he starts getting really frustrated, starts pacing with himself. Like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. No, I'm not dealing with them again. I'm like muttering to himself.
Hey, you, speak up. You want to walk around and mutter?
I refuse to deal with the order. You know what? Screw it. Is it the order? If it's the order, I'm gonna rip them shred by shred.
I just had like a mental image of Noel pacing like just a split second after Leon. Like same pose, just pacing back and forth similarly.
I think is Noel out right now? I don't know if he's
You know what? Why not?
okay. So I think we're literally standing next to each other at this point, pacing like going across from each other, so we pass in the middle and just pacing back and forth. Both of us just saying the same thing, like it's the gosh darn order. It's always the order, isn't it? And we're just having this conversation, like, it's always the order, isn't it? I know, right? It's always the order. I can't believe it's them. Yeah, I know. I can't believe it either. You know what they did to our dad? Yeah, I know what they did to our dad. It's our dad. You know, something like that.
Perfect.
Talking to ourselves, not just the GM this time.
Hey.
Vise, are you on Yavanti trying to find any other survivors?
Yavanti offered to have everyone else hop on, and Evista is currently just holding on to Daisy and sort of petting the drone ineffectively, probably. I don't know, does Daisy actually feel that?
Yeah, I don't know if Daisy can feel it or not.
That's a question.
Roll a d10.
A D10 for
D10 to feel. Don't make the child do this.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. Do you have emotions?
Roll a D10 for empathy.
I got nat 10.
Base.
See,
What would be the
babies have
optimal?
feelings.
What would be the optimal outcome for this for you, Mars?
Being able to feel affection.
Yeah, we'll do the
Yes.
opposite of that.
You can feel.
Yay.
Can't get over this.
God, that would have been a natural one.
Daisy tries to sob, but no tears come out.
Her little emoticon
Is
changes
the
to
crying
tears.
emoji face on the thing?
Yeah, hold on, let me find a good emoji to represent this.
And while he's doing that, are the rest of you going on to Yavanti?
I suppose so. Yeah.
So you guys hop on Yavanti, and I'm gonna have you roll another d10 for perception.
Everyone?
Anyone who chooses to, because you're all gonna be looking. I guess.
That was a net one.
Net 10.
Are we doing a perception?
Sure. Yeah.
I have a good skill perception thing.
Okay, you can use that.
Let's see here.
Hey, you don't want to take mine. I rolled a nat 1.
Now,
So
how's having the perception skill work?
If you have the perception skill, it's not the expertise, is it?
You get to roll 2 d10 instead of 1.
Oh, okay.
If it's a skill, you can roll 2d10, and not
Yeah.
and not expertise.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Oh,
you get to roll 3.
I got 2 9s.
I got a 3 altogether,
I got a 10. So
based.
Drones are very observant.
Yeah, can we pin these somewhere, like the little thingers?
Sure. Can I pin things?
Because I feel like that'd be really good.
I can't.
wait. So what were the rules we had? Because I have a 10. I think I heard someone have a 9, and then
Earn a 1.
3.
I got 2 9s, so it's an 18.
Shit.
So for the advantage thing, I think you just pick the highest one, Mars.
Oh, okay. So a 9.
Oh, well, I'm sorry. 2 then. I had a 2. I'm stupid.
So 2, 9, 1, 10. So that's 22.
No. What you do is you go for the I posted a thing in the chat, the group check thing.
Oh, right.
And then so for we have for a 9 and a 10, and then otherwise 1 or 2 or whatever, we'd have 5 progress.
Okay, yeah, I think it averages out to. I'd say it averages out to like a 7. Does that sound good?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
So that'll be a success with a twist. So, I'd say it's gonna take longer than intended, but you do wind up finding a couple people. Okay.
Are they my parents?
I think that it wouldn't be out in the farm. Actually, they mostly
Roll
ring
for
down-
parents.
If you get a 10, you have 10 parents.
Roll for parents.
Roll you're in the work.
1 to 5, your parents are dead. 5 to 10, your parents are alive.
Yeah,
Or whatever.
actually, I'm gonna make a roll. High or low?
High is good.
Okay.
On that 1, they turn out to be monsters that kill you.
Mars, why did you have to say a nat 1?
Oh no!
No!
Oh, no.
You bitch!
Oh,
Your parents are dead.
Your parents are monsters.
You don't see your parents. I was debating on how to make it a horrible thing, but then Mars took my idea.
Hey, see? Since I called it out, it didn't have to happen.
Shut up, Mars.
I will both applaud and yell at the same time. I feel like that's a good
Okay.
compromise.
If your parents ended up dead, I feel like Joanna would just kind of internally say, "I told her so." I don't know why I made her hate you. I just did.
Fair.
I'm so sorry, Jenny.
She's a nice person. Or they're a nice person.
She'll be nice, I swear, but she doesn't like you right now for some reason.
Aww. Poor Vista. I made a character that had like barely any tragic backstory, had 2 living parents, and the first thing that happens is my fucking parents die.
Trauma.
And the whole village gets like
Fuck.
destroyed.
So,
Oh my gosh.
no, you don't see your parents. But what you wind up seeing is you see what appears to be a walking, talking cat with 2 tails.
Whoa.
Whoa.
It's Tails.
Oh my god, it's Tails.
Does it look benevolent?
And this creature is digging through more rubble, looking for meat.
For what?
It's looking for meat. It's looking for prey.
I am not a fan of the way that was worded.
No, I think we stay away from that.
I'm taking it doesn't look benevolent at all.
Negative. So you see that, and let's see, what else would you? You see that, and you just like, nope, right the fuck out of there. And another thing that you wind up seeing is somebody walking with their hood up.
Edgy.
Just somebody hurriedly trying to run out of the city. And their hood is just up.
I think we swooped out.
Do we have enough room to give them a ride?
Mm.
Like how big is Yavanti?
I mean, they have the huge thing.
Yeah, I forgot you sent a reference.
I know Daisy's pretty huge.
Yeah, Daisy's also just like floating right beside everyone.
Mm-hmm.
The thing, like the idea is that if you take the huge tag or the big tag, what was it? You have the you can actually carry like a lot of. You can carry your party and stuff.
Ah.
So large tag, the large feature. It's the large feature.
I don't have a feature that specifically says large, though.
No, but I'm assuming Yavanti is a lot bigger than you are, because Yavanti is like a fucking big dragon.
Hmm.
And dragons are, according to the book, huge.
Like Shenron?
Who's that?
Yeah, kind of like Shenron, except it's got wings on the side.
Shenron's the big wishing dragon in Dragon Ball.
Oh, yeah, never watched that.
Alright, so what were you doing?
We were swooping down to go and see who did whatever, because we're looking for living people and trying to save them.
Alright, so what you wind up seeing is it's just, it looks like a skeleton wearing hooded robes. And he sees you, the four of you, tries to speak, his jawbone falls off.
Ugh.
He picks it up, and he also pulls from his robes. He pulls out a small gun, and he finally speaks, and he says, "Heretics, heretics must leave."
Joanna kind of gets a little frantic. Guys, go now, go.
I think Yavanti just swoops up in that case.
And he fires one round. I'm gonna have him roll to see if anything happens. He fires it, it ricochets off of the side of a building and hits him in the well, if he had eyes, it would hit him in the eyes, but it goes through his eye socket. He's now got a hole in his hoodie.
Mhm.
And you do see, I'd say you see one additional person. And yes, I did say person. Well, not necessarily human person. It's got this person's hair is moving, wriggling. Skin is green, and She's staring up at you, but she's also wearing like sunglasses. And you hear her say, "Why don't you come on down? Maybe you can help me."
I don't like how that sounds.
Help? Who needs help?
Clearly I do. So do these other people. Well, maybe these people don't. Because these people don't exist anymore. But at the very least, we can get revenge on the people who did this.
You know where they are?
Well, we all appear to be heading that way now.
Who are you?
My name is Medi. Who are you?
My name is Yavanti, and I would like to know what your business is.
Well, you can't really tell because she's wearing sunglasses. But she turns to look at this, at Yavanti, and she says, "My business is my business, much like yours is yours. I'm honestly just looking for revenge."
Well, la-di-da, join the crew.
Well, she shrugs her shoulders, turns around and says, "Well, if you don't want to help me, I guess I'll just head down there myself."
Head down where?
Heaven's Reach, obviously. It's where these bastards flew in from.
And you think you can just walk in there, don't you? Like that? Are you as new as these pups over here?
No, I've been working at my craft for a while. Suddenly you hear a screeching howl. And you guys remember that cat with the twin tails?
Oh, fuck.
It lurches forward, tries to pounce, and then suddenly falls to the floor, completely made of stone.
Ooh.
As
I knew it! Medusa.
as Medi lowers her glasses slightly, glares at it, and then puts them back up. She says, "I can handle myself, but not against multiple creatures. I'd like to have backup."
And what guarantee do we have that you won't turn on us, lead us into anyone's arms? You see, the likes of me, I'm not very well liked over in Heaven's Reach.
Well, neither am I. But I'm willing to head down there myself.
I turn to everyone and I'm like, I think we should take her up on this. This looks to be our one chance to figure out what's going on.
The angel speaks sense. Although, why are we trusting an angel in this case?
It's way to have the bad attitude.
She seems to be okay, I think. She was hurt as much as we were. Was she now?
What are you getting at?
The angels obviously did this. You were an angel, or merged with one anyway. How do I know I can trust you?
You're serious. Oh my god.
I'm sure it's okay.
An angel took the Lord's name in vain.
I mean, Joanna doesn't even really believe in God. Ironically enough.
Fair.
So at this point, I think that Orphael comes out and he says, well, if you don't trust me, that's fine. However, I'm not a part of these Heaven's Reach bastards. I've seen them all as a bunch of selfish, infantile pricks. And quite frankly, they need to be put in their place.
Well, I suppose we are in agreement on that.
I want the meanies to die.
You see Evisa just sort of like blink at that and be very taken aback.
I think at this point, while Leon is kind of like confused at why this robot is very childish, I don't think Leon would have put two and two together yet that this robot is literally a child. I think meanwhile Noel is like, see, he speaks sense. They speak sense.
And I turn and go, well, you heard her.
All right, I say we do this. Evista, if we have to, I can't find my parents, and just so many people. Is this a thing that happens?
Come on, Aviste, you're not a little kid lost in a store. Your parents will probably be fine on their own.
I am.
But yeah, well, that's different.
And Medi says, I've been looking around, walking, trying to find people for the last hour, and all I've seen were these hungry fiends. I think it's safe to say that if your parents are alive, they're probably not showing themselves just yet.
Who could blame them?
All right. So what then?
And Medi just points over to this towering walled city that the clouds in the sky have parted and the sun is shining down on just that city. She says, we go there and we show these bastards what for.
Now she's talking some sense.
And I think that'll be where we call it.
Oh,
I'm tired of my internet. I'm tired of my
Exciting.
internet cutting out.
Holy crap, though. That was awesome.
It's the introduction.
Yeah.
Now I have a better idea of how to fucking word myself.
Do what now?
Well, I have a better idea now of how to fucking talk.
Oh,
Reference
okay.
with my character.
Yeah, I'm sorry I keep kind of like hijacking Orphael.
No. I didn't really quite know what to do with him yet, but now I can think of something for the next session.
Yeah, I just kind of see him as like the way you described him. I think it might just be the tuxedo, but
He's very
kinda-
snarky and just like you've had him pretty well down. He's super high and mighty, yeah.
freaking Mars. I forgot about that.
Yep.
I
God,
forgot
that was
Mars
so
wanted to be
funny.
like a reoccurring villain.
And now it's just like a baby. character. I love Daisy so much.
I'm imagining it's like, okay. Daisy being the villain is like the equivalent of Nanako being the killer.
Oh god.
And I'm imagining Daisy in like a fucking mafia's office, and like the back of the chair is turned to the desk, but she turns around, petting the cat. Good evening.
Everything's great at your Junes.
Is it really?
Alright, so I gotta ask, how did you guys feel from this?
I'm happy.
Yeah, same. I'm more versed in how this is going to work now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as time went on, we got closer and closer to understanding what we're doing.
Is our campaign going to end in Heaven's Reach?
Most likely, at least the first part of the campaign, it's gonna end maybe with you guys fighting God. I haven't decided yet.
Oh, we're going to be JRPG.
I haven't decided if God is dead or not in this.
Oh yeah.
You know, you run the moral conflict about whether God is dead and whether or not reincarnation is a thing and the world explode and yada yada.
Yeah, why not just like, fuck God. All my homies hate God.
All right. So, there it is. The beginning to a very interesting story. To those of you who are expecting more of the Pokemix campaign, I apologize. We needed a little bit of a break to gather up more backlog of episodes. So, in the meantime, I do hope you enjoy this campaign where a few people acquire some strange powers and go to punch God in the face. If it's not your cup of tea, you probably haven't listened this far, and I understand. But with that said, I want to thank those of you who have listened this far, and to the main campaign, and to those of you who will continue listening. Thank you so much. Without all of you, this podcast wouldn't exist. Seriously, thank all of you. I also want to thank Ginny, Mars, Shine, and Honoru for participating in this game. It gets much more interesting later on. And I hope you all enjoy it. You can find Ginny at Ginny Voss on most social medias, Mars at Mars Rover or Mars Rover Art on Twitter, Shine at Shine the Omega on Twitter, and Honoru can be found on the Not a Scratch podcast or at the Odoran region on Twitter. Speaking of Not a Scratch, during this I will be pretty much using our promo to help promote Not a Scratch. So I hope you go listen to them too. Thanks. I'll catch you later.
Hello, my name is Anaru, and I'm the host of Not a Scratch, the only podcast that believes Scratch is an overpowered move. Not a Scratch is a Pokemon TTRPG podcast using a system made by us. Set in the world of Pokemon and only Pokemon, it's kind of like the mystery dungeon games that you've seen or played before. And in fact, we actually have our two characters with us now. Ralph, any words of wisdom for our audience?
Like my mom always says, if at first you don't succeed, kick it harder.
Okay. Kyle, what's the next thing you want to do on your adventure?
Why can't we draw?
I suppose you can on the train. Well, if you want to know what they're up to, because they aren't telling, check us out wherever you listen to podcasts.
This is a really good sandwich, y'all.
Is there anything else, Scott? I'm not sure.
Scotto. Reckless Scott. Oh no, our god has abandoned us.
Well, that's the end of the story. Everything blows up and we're
dead. We're dead.
That's it? Cool. Well, no, you guys are dead. I'm apparently just getting out of a building with my robot, and that's where the story ends.
They died, they signed the contract, and then they just stay dead.
Bro, I feel like an idiot. I fucked up the first little bit of roleplay I had.
They're just like, haha, you signed the contract. No, it's too late.
I meant for her to be like, she knows what the fuck's going on, and she's kind of denying it, but then I just like, okay.
No, that's alright. It's okay.
Well, hi, bloopers section.
Actually ride the Dragon Eater, which is kind of sad.
I'm curious how I'm gonna go from dead to the position I am in.
Yeah, me too.
I get to be anime and have my clothing change with my pacts. Am I getting a call? What the hell? No! Stop!
Plot twist, you guys come back as the construct. And so now both of you guys are now Noel at the same time.
Whoa.
Should I buy my yearbook? Yeah, I should.
Uh-oh. Alright, poor Scott.
Oh.
Yeah, hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
God has returned.
Ole.
That was really annoying. So, what shit were you talking about me while I was gone?
We
talked
called you the
about
best
God.
GM podcaster here.
Obviously.
False.
Don't worry, Craig will spoil it for us later.
My attention span was too small. I don't remember what we were talking about.
So, what was it that you wound up doing, Anirudh?
I think we literally jumped out a window as the building is crumbling down. So
Okay.
Hi, bloopers.
Also, we lost Scott.
Oh no.
Once again, I'd like to thank our sponsors over here at Raid Shadow Legends. You see, Raid Shadow Legends is an online MMORPG on the iOS. You collect thousands upon thousands of champions and pit them against each other. So use the code Reckless Rollers in the description below, and from there you'll get 10% off your next gold order.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, there's more. If you get it in the next 5 minutes, we'll give you 50,000 silver absolutely free. That's
But
right,
wait,
50,000 silver.
But wait, there's more. If you get it in the next 2 minutes, we'll double the amount.
What?
That's not 1, not 2, but 4. Scott's
If you
gonna
order
see
this,
this.
if you
one
order this
told-
before the episode comes out, you'll get all of the silver for free.
No one tells Scott about this. I'll have to find out in editing. Also, hi, editing Scott.
How are you doing?
How you doing? Having to edit all this shit out.
Hope it's going well.
Hope it's going well, yeah.
Is there floof today editing, Scott? I do like the floof.
Watch him not edit this out and leave it. Shit.
Then I'll have to admit that people like the floof.
Yeah.
Hey, check it out. The Wizard 101 team created a new storyline in their game that centers all around the launch of my brand new CD, A Year Without Rain. Learn magic, summon crazy creatures, and dance to my new hit single, Round and Round. Think what you have what it takes to be a wizard? Log in and test your magic skills at www.wizard101.com. See you there.
Wait. Oh, I have a joke. Hold up.
Yeah, someone needs to do friends. I'm no good at these, so. Mars or Enrith, your go.
What was that? Sorry, I stepped out for a second.
Fran just did a thing in the chat.
These writers have really good reasons for keeping us in the dark about vital plot information, and sometimes they don't. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 video game plot holes you can't explain.
Wait, what am I talking about? Hey guys, if you're listening to this right now, the Reckless Rollers, you don't need to listen to it. You know what you should listen to? Not a Scratch, hosted by your host, Anaru himself, along with other people. And all you gotta do is leave this and go literally to anywhere else.
Why? No.
No.
even though literally everybody that listens to one of them already listens to the other one, you should still not listen to this and go over there, because we've got main storyline stuff, unless you're listening to this in one specific week in September, in which case it's not. But like everything else, the main story.
When Scott comes in, everyone just has to go silent or mute their mics or something.
So, you like listening to podcasts and stuff, and this is a pretty neat podcast, but really, you should, turn this off and say screw it and listen to a book on audible.com.
Today's video is sponsored by Skillshare. It's always either by Skillshare or Audible or HelloFresh.
Yeah, they do the thing. Oh yeah, Squarespace, and
I'm trying to think if there's another.
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah, I said fuck it, and now I'm on my phone.
Oh wow.
Yeah, because they're
if you're scared of the sound, you can always hotspot with your phone.
Yeah, that's a little difficult. So, where did I cut off?
They were adding some floof. I
know, but where did I cut off?
As a little add-on to the most recent little blooper, those ads, they're really just memes. Don't sue us, please.